Hi, I'm Randy Bresnik of the STS-129 crew, and you're watching NASA TV.
So much wonder carving your coral seas. So much wonder shaded by ancient trees. I consider all your hands have made. Every newborn's eyes, every new sunrise. No power can tame your presence. No light can match your radiance. Let all creation sing in wonder. Every sea, every creature, every star. You opened up my eyes to wonder. What a vision, what a wonder you are.
Good morning, Atlantis, and good morning, Randy.
Good morning, Houston. Thanks to my wonderful wife, Rebecca, for that song and the wonderful creation that's going on inside of her and what's going to happen tomorrow. Thank you.
Airlock Houston on 2. Just a heads up, with the hatch closed, the O2 level is climbing, so you may get a high O2 concentration message prior to hatch opening.
And Houston Station, airlock on 2, the hatch is open and the guys are moving towards the body right now.
Houston copies, airlock, thanks, and happy birthday, Nicole.
Thank you, Drew.
This is Mission Control Houston. You're looking live inside the Quest airlock on board the International Space Station as preparations are underway to kick off today's spacewalk a little after 8 a.m. Central Time.
For both suits, your go to continue with step 14.
Okay, copy, continuing, thanks.
STS-129 mission specialist Nicole Stott is in there helping out Mike Foreman and Bobby Satcher as they get ready to go. Foreman today will be wearing the suit that has the solid red stripe on the legs. Bobby Satcher will be wearing the all-white suit. That's Leland Melvin there at the robotics workstation inside the Destiny laboratory. He's going to be doing some of that work today as Bobby Satcher and Mike Foreman get ready to go here in just a few minutes. The first task up for Satcher will be setting up the station's robotic arm on the outside, getting a foot restraint ready to go. So Melvin will be watching over that activity with him. And there you see the outer hatch on the Quest airlock coming open.
Bobby. Okay, it's open and stowed.
Good deal, Mike. We'll catch you when you get back, and Comrade, we'll hand them over to you.
Copy. 11 cents gone. You're clear to egress.
Getting this rat on the D-ring extender and cutting out.
Once he gets out, Mike, we're going to go ahead and verify our safer configs.
Sounds good. Quite a view.
Gentlemen are coming out just over the west coast of Central South America.
Beautiful.
Bobby Satcher there taking a look down at the Earth below for the first time as he kicks off his first ever spacewalk.
Take a look.
Mike Foreman now on his fourth after the 3 that he conducted on STS-123. So now we're getting the helmet cam footage from both Mike Foreman and Bobby Satcher. As you take a look at these, you'll see the number at the lower right part of your screen. The 16 will be Mike Foreman's helmet. And whenever you see 18 at the lower right-hand corner, that will be Bobby Satcher.
I'm at the APFR in the settings. I'm going to be looking for a Papa Foxtrot 6.
That is exactly it. Your clocking will be 12 when you get there.
In this view from Bobby Satcher's helmet cam, you can see this portable foot restraint that he is retrieving from the station's truss.
That being a little easier to handle in 0G.
He is confirming with the team here in Houston that he has located the correct one. He's going to move over and put that on the end of the station's robotic arm. While Satcher's working on that foot restraint, you can see Mike Foreman here inside Atlantis' payload bay as the shuttle passes over the South Atlantic Ocean. He is in the process of beginning to remove this spare S-band antenna structural assembly.
APFR is installed, clocking of 12. Good tech test, black on black.
Good call, Bobby. And settings, recheck it out soon. Papa Fox 6.
Papa Fox 6. And work.
Mike Foreman is continuing to remove these bolts from this S-band antenna structural assembly, or SASA.
Complete. Excellent work, Mike. You're going to remove the ERAD and put the 2-inch onto the PGT itself. In work.
Foreman, as you see there inside Atlantis' payload bay, continuing to remove the bolts that are holding in place this spare S-band antenna structural assembly, or SASA.
I'm going to get in the APFR. I think I can do it from here.
Roger that. Just put your waist tether on the APFR boot plate on your way in, please.
That's done.
Bobby Satcher there on the end of the station's robotic arm, holding on to this S-band antenna structural assembly, or SASA.
Copy that. Thanks.
Good work.
He is on his way over to the Z1 truss
Before you leave payload bay here, we'll take a tour inventory.
as he's riding on this arm. Down below him at an altitude of 220 miles is Australia.
Coils. Got 2 AIAs, ingress aids. I got 2 caps. Hey, it looks good.
Foreman's checklist there on his left arm, carrying a special message. As you may have guessed, he was a captain in the Navy. So he is letting his allegiances be known.
Got motion stop.
Okay, Bobby, motion stop.
Bobby Satcher there continuing to be moved along on the station's robotic arm. He is way out there as the station continues its pass over Australia. It's about to swing around and cross the South Pacific Ocean and then head up over the equator.
So what do you think if I connect the P3 connector? Can I go ahead and do that?
That sounds like a great idea. Let's start with the P3 right now and get that one done.
All right, working on the P3 connector to the Sasser. Hey, P3 is faded.
Copy, Mike.
And those good pins and good fog, or no fog, good by band.
Thanks for that call.
Okay, Bobby, we're ready to proceed towards your head.
Ready to go. Good motion.
Copy, good motion. And how far?
Keep it coming.
Continuing.
3, 2, 1. Good, that's good there.
Motion.
Hey, Bobby. Can I get this in the soft dark here? Yeah. There it is. There we go. Yeah.
Mike Foreman, they were beginning to connect the wires and the cables to this spare S-band antenna.
You'll have an extra dummy cap now once you remove that and attach it on to P4.
You take me towards the crew lock bag.
Okay. Anything, any reason not to give the go for power up, Mike?
No reasons. Good to go.
All right, Houston, you got to go for Sasser power up.
Copy that. Thank you, comrade. And if it's easier for Mike, he can leave that cap wire tied to the handrail. Is that there?
I'll do it.
Zero GMD, you are the highest man off planet right now.
I think you're right.
Bobby Satcher there getting a one-of-a-kind view of Shuttle Atlantis and the International Space Station as the two pass over the North Atlantic Ocean. Continuing to take a look at Mike Foreman's helmet cam as he continues to connect and route these cables around the area of the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. While he's working on that, Bobby Satcher is out beginning the process of lubricating what's called the POA. That's the Payload Orbital Replacement Unit Accommodation. This POA looks exactly like the end of the station's robotic arm looks like. It allows different payloads and other items to be attached down. There's a series of wire snares inside of it that close down on whatever it needs to hang on to. And he's going to be putting some lubrication on that. Once he's finished, he will move out toward Kibo and do the same thing to the robotic arm out there.
Hey, Bobby and Mike, you guys are doing a great job. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Leland. Thanks, Leland. Okay, comrade, that's done on 6039.
Welcome to the 1,000 Wire Tie Club, Mike. Nice work.
Thank you.
All right, copy BRT to 0209. You're going to assess the alignment of the keel and see if you need to loosen the adjustable tethers.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're continuing to take a look at Bobby Satcher's helmet cam here as he is looking in the end of the POA, the Payload Orbital Replacement Unit Accommodation. This is what he has been lubricating. You're getting a fairly unique view there of the snares being opened and closed as they are making sure that everything is operating as they expect it to and that these snares are being lined up properly.
I tell you, alignment is pretty good, comrade. Okay, snares fully open. All the snares are in the grooves.
Taking a look down at Atlantis' half-empty payload bay now that Express Logistics Carrier number 1 was removed from there yesterday and installed on the station. You see ELC-2 back there at the back. That will be installed later on in the mission. Today's spacewalk still continuing ahead of schedule. Bobby Satcher is continuing to work out near Kibo, lubricating the robotic arm and the snares inside that robot arm. And Mike Foreman is working on the area of the station in between where the U.S. and the Russian segments join each other, right there at Zarya and Unity.
Okay, so I got 2 o'clock inner. Both of those bearings had good mobility, same as the others. Get the snare back in the groove.
All right, the next call out, Bobby, is pack the grease using the gap gauge as required.
Okay, the grease looks good.
If the grease is good, then clear out the work site and we'll get the snare checkout going.
My tools and tethers are clear to work site. You have a go.
Jim RMS, you got to go for snare checkout.
Copy, go for snare checkout.
And Dr. Satcher, our friends from JAXA would just like to say, domo arigato gozaimasu.
My pleasure. Okay, moving away from the Jim RMS.
Okay, now you're going to go ahead to ret to the wire tie that's on the 2125 booty that's on the P181 connector.
Mike Foreman's going to get started on this S0 cable connector now while Bobby Satcher gets off of the station's robotic arm.
Wire tie in the trash bag.
Okay, and the light door's open.
All right, you're going to go for that T8 clamp on the J181 backside cable inside the truss and release that.
Okay, that's released.
All right, Mike, now you're going to demate the backside of J181 connector from the A145 panel.
Demated.
Check for good pins, EMI band, and no FOD.
Good pins, Wheelan. EMI band, no FOD.
Thank you, Mike. Now you're going to mate that backside J181 connector to the connector adapter. What?
Okay, complete, comrade.
Excellent, Mike.
So good news for Mike Foreman as he successfully attaches this adapter that will hopefully connect these 2 cables together. This adapter that he's putting between these 2 cables is basically had the threads removed, if you can imagine that. It is designed to be sort of a generic connection between these 2 cable connectors.
Okay, fail thrown.
Captain Mike Foreman, U.S. Navy retired. He's made a lot of people very happy.
Great job, guys. Thanks.
Awesome.
Mike Foreman there successfully completing the connection of these 2 cables on the S0 connector panel.
Put that over the connectors in the adapter. Make sure all metallic surfaces are covered by the connector insulating sleeve.
Inlet.
So now he's going to make sure that everything is closed up as expected to put some insulator sleeves on these cables. This work that began on STS-128 with Christopher Fugelsang and Danny Olivas now complete. All of these cables being set up and ready to go for the arrival of Tranquility on STS-130 early next year.
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours and 31 minutes into today's first of 3 spacewalks for the STS-129 mission to the space station.
Go ahead and stay on.
Spacewalkers Bobby Satcher and Mike Foreman moving hand over hand out over the starboard side of the International Space Station's truss structure to get ready for a get ahead task, which will be deployment of a payload attached system on the Earth-facing side of the truss structure.
Hey, comrade, my airlock tower's on 3215. Hooks closed, gates locked. Wheels unlocked.
Excellent, Mike.
3217, hooks closed, gates locked, and Urcum's unlocked.
Copy. Mike, since you guys are so close, would it be better just for Bobby to hand you the crew lock bag at this time?
Yeah, why not? Sure. Ready for it. Got it right on it? Oh, okay. Hang on. Copy. Standing by. Okay, I got a red on it. I'll get mine.
You guys are doing great. Very nice transition on this unscripted, but well-planned and well-rehearsed EVA test. Yep, good work.
Thanks, comrade. You too.
These are a lot nicer when you can look through S3.
Doing a good job planning on the fly.
Mike Foreman getting ready to break the torque on 4 bolts that hold this clevis bracket in place. Once the torque is broken, he'll be turning those bolts 10 turns each and then deploying the bracket. This is a look from Foreman's helmet camera as he gets into position for the work with the bolts. He'll use a electronic drill pistol grip tool to loosen the bolts.
I don't see it.
Bobby, can you try actuating your power button on your 3VS?
Here, Bobby. All right, next to each other. Mike's going to do it.
Brilliant.
There you go. Good. Okay, comrade. Retrieve the tip pins next.
All right, Bobby. The second ADP is on the inside of the structure. Inside the platform.
That's already done. So.
Okay. All right, next thing, Bobby, is we have you go over to that outboard side and you go for the Sarge launch bolt.
Good.
That's going to be the...
This is the view from Bobby Satcher's helmet camera as
Yep, so you should be able to do it by hand, 3 turns counterclockwise.
as he gets ready to remove the first of 2 braces that are holding the payload attachment system solid in the truss structure.
Yep, just enough to break the torque, Mike, and then we'll go ahead and start cranking on the bolts.
Station Atlantis on the big loop. You now have the restriction on exercise. No exercise at this time.
Atlantis copies.
In case you were thinking about getting a little workout in, comrade.
All I'm doing now is juggling a handheld mic and a bip move.
Okay, the Sarge launch bolt is released. Do I get the Sarge brace next?
Yes, sir. Bravo 6, counter 3.
Okay, torque is broken on all 4. Five for 10. There's 10 on 1, going for 8 on 3.
Perfect, Mike.
30. And 35 turns.
All right, Bobby. Should be able to pull the Sarge brace out of that cup cone and attach to the diagonal strut. Use that Sarge launch bolt and just one turn by hand clockwise.
All right, copy that.
All right, Mike. Looks like bolt 3's holding on to that thing well. You're just going to rotate it out of the way.
Will do.
And then you can put that ret that's over the handrail through the yoke on the clutch.
Continue to look through the view of Mike Foreman's helmet camera. Looking down on the helmet of Bobby Satcher, working on a separate portion of this task to deploy a payload attach system bracket.
I think I'm going to turn the bolt 1 or 2 times more.
Well, Bobby, you can see the cup cone is extended pretty far away from it.
I agree. Maybe it just requires a little bit of...
It's not extended on the back side.
Can you reach it?
Extended quite a bit on the... Can you tap it in a little bit?
No, now it's fine.
Like it extended all out the front.
Okay, so it released on one side of the cup cone. The other side of the cup cone did not release. Is that correct?
Right.
And would you guys want to have us tap with the hammer at all, see if it'll cut loose in the next 7 minutes, or just wait for the night pass?
I think you start tapping now would be great.
Okay, Mike, you use the plastic end of the hammer.
Randy Bresnik giving Mike Foreman the go-ahead to use the plastic end of a hammer in their EVA toolkit to tap on this bolt to see if they can loosen it up.
And you can also tap the brace and try to get that out if that looks like it's getting loose enough.
Not doing anything.
And Atlantis, you can go ahead and try tapping the brace if you feel you got any kind of wiggle room on the brace, if it will wiggle. Go ahead and try to tap the brace out itself.
Not doing anything.
Copy all, thanks.
Gents, we're in hold tight zone, night pass in 5 minutes. Hoping maybe the thermal effects allow that thing to release. Valiant effort, take a breather for a sec.
Getting close. Like it needs a millimeter or 2 more, huh?
Excellent work, guys. Keep it up.
Freedom.
Awesome.
Great job, guys. Thanks.
All right, Bobby, want to make sure that diagonal brace doesn't go 7 degrees outside of the truss, inside or outside. Let's get the 2-inch back on Mike's PGT.
Do that.
Go ahead and get tendon in the hand on the diagonal brace, Bobby.
Took Mike Foreman hammering on the bolt with the plastic end of a hammer, and Bobby Satcher wiggling the brace to get it out. But now that it's free, they can continue on with the deployment of the payload attach system. Mike Foreman and Bobby Satcher with Foreman in the suit with the red stripes continuing their work to deploy a payload attach system on the S3 segment of the truss structure on the space station out near one of the large solar array assemblies.
Atlantis, Houston for EVA in the big loop. Let's just go retorque it.
Copy. We'll do that after Bobby takes care of the platform for Mike.
Got the platform, Bobby?
And sorry, gents, here comes sunrise. Before you do that, Mike, fix your visors.
Hey, Bobby, let me know when you got the platform.
Yeah, I was pleased with that. That's it.
Say again?
I had a little problem getting my PGT in. Okay, I got the platform.
Bobby, the only thing left is the EPCS cover. Mike, once you've got everything ready to go, we'll take a tool inventory, and then we'll have you head on back to the airlock.
Copy. Just finishing up with the scorching of the weather.
The boss is smiling. All right, gents, it's not over until we repress. Just to have a nice drive back to the airlock. You did awesome work today. You guys get the official MacGyver Award for all your work on that task today. That was huge.
Thanks, Conrad. Couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, thanks, Conrad. It's great.
Thanks for the help on the ground, Swanee.
You, Button. Everybody down here says great job, too.
Hey, Mike and Bobby, this is Scorch. You guys did a great job together with the robotics team. Comrade leading the pack here. Outstanding. Like I said, keep your guard up till we get you inside, and then we'll get you something to eat and let you relax.
Yeah, boss.
This is Mission Control Houston after a final tool inventory and cleanup of the work site for that get-ahead task to deploy a payload attachment system on the starboard side of the truss structure to make it ready for the arrival of future payload. The spacewalkers Mike Foreman and Bobby Satcher now headed back hand over hand to the Quest airlock module as they are about to conclude this first of 3 planned spacewalks on the mission.
Bobby's attachers on the left, going out for his first EVA. Mike Foreman on the right, going out for his 4th EVA. There's our station crew members. They've just installed the new panels in Node 1 with all the mission stickers that participated in the assembly of the space station. Mike and Bobby getting ready to do their EMU purge. Here's a little fly-through of what the station looks like at this point. It's a little smaller heading into the PMA back to the shuttle, and then you got to take a right turn at Albuquerque. Leaving Melvin on the middeck doing what he does best. Yes, he's eating. Little view of nighttime as we see it over the ground, and as daytime comes up on the other side. Here's a picture of Mike Foreman coming up to the starboard TSA. Early on in the EVA, he's getting ready to do the bolts that will release the SASA antenna and allow them to install on Z1 later on. And while Bobby and Mike were working hard outside, I was slacking off inside, just playing with cameras and keeping track of things. And trying to send you guys some good pictures. There's Mike with his message from Go Navy, Beat Army. Now here's what the starboard TSA looks like in the nighttime. Helmet lights and shuttle lights. Still works out pretty well. Now we got Dr. Bobby Satcher on the arm, heading out to do some lubing on the TSA. Out there against the darkness of space, alone and unafraid. Here he is taking a picture of us as we're shooting him. All right, here we have the highest recorded orthopedic surgery in the history of mankind. And here's our two eminent robotic studs working the robotic arm aboard station, flying Bobby and moving him around to his different work sites. From this next shot, you can see the myriad of displays and controls they have from Space Station Arm to control that beast. And here's Leland doing one of our science experiments. CGPA, he says. Terminating and activating cells. That kind of concluded our day of a whole bunch of transfer. We thank you for your attention and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.